Welcome back to our channel. It's been a minute since we've been here, but we are so happy to be back, and we are bringing you a Spooktober reading on the last day of Spooktober here. So happy Halloween to those of you that celebrate. Our reading is going to be around what is harvesting for you. So it's going to be what is coming into, fruition for you, your manifestations, things like that. We have lots of goodies for you. We have here your little pile toppers, but we also have a little baggie of treats for you, some stickers, our handmade oracles, of course. And yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. Bekah is here as well. She's going to be doing channeled messages.
Hey guys. Also, you should show them what's on each of the piles.
Yes, I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So for pile 1, we have this cute little thing here. It says spooky, and there's a little cat bat, and it's very cute. And then you have this nice little treat bag that goes with it. Okay, and for pile 2, has a cute little bunny and some doggies on it, some pumpkins. And you have this nice little treat bag that goes with it. Okay, then for pile 3, here we have got lots of kitty cats and bats, some stars. And then we have these cute little skeletons. It says a frightfully good time. And that's the little treat bag with the little skeletons in it. And then last but certainly not least, we have our pile number 4 with little puppies. Have a little bunny on it, some jack-o'-lanterns, and it has a nice little happy Halloween bag.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pick whichever pile calls out to you. You are, of course, welcome to pick more than one. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
Ooh.
Hi guys, if you chose pile 1, then you chose this cute little card here and this cute little treat bag. And we're going to get into what is harvesting for you. Bekah is also here. She's doing her channeled messages.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. And just want to let you guys know that you are always welcome to take our messages, but please always make sure to use your own intuition. If something doesn't sit right with you, pick another pile, or maybe this reading's just not for you. We never want you to feel that you have to take our messages and that you can't, make your own interpretations of them. Have fun, look at the cards yourself and see what they mean to you if you don't agree with what we're saying. So I want to get into that. So we're going to start off with the little vibe check, kind of like where you are right now. And then that can kind of give you an indication if this is the pile for you. And then we will move on and get into what is coming. Okay, so for pile 1, where are they right now, Spirit? Oh, they're jumping a bit to tell you. Okay, 2 cards. We got the 10 of Potions, nice, and Death. No, yeah, Death, right? Yeah, that's Death. Sorry, I couldn't tell because the little numbers threw me off, and I was like, there's no 8 of Death in tarot. Oh, wow, your cards are coming out. So you have the King of Wands. Wow, you guys are already in a great place. So I can only imagine that it's getting better from here. And then the King of Presents, which I believe is the King of Pentacles in this deck, but Bekah might know a little bit better than I do.
Yes, that is the King of Pentacles. This is like one of my favorite decks and one of my favorite movies of all time. So
yes. Okay. Spirit's asking for one more. Yeah, all right. This is 2 more, just kidding. The 6 of Candles. Nice. The 6 of Wands. That's a great card. And then the Page of Presents. Wow. So, like I said, you guys are already in a great place. It's kind of one of those, like, I hope you're just here to get good confirmation and to know you're on the right path a little bit, because you totally are, and you should be super proud of yourself. Yeah, with the 10 of potions, like this is like having everything that you could want emotionally. You're going through a big change right now, so it might not necessarily feel like it yet. And then, but with the King of Wands, like you're in your power creatively, you're making, you're probably making good money. And if not, probably will be soon. Like I think whatever effort you're putting in is going to pay off. Six of Wands, like that is, victory coming towards you, and fame and recognition. And then Page of Presents, like that is, I kind of think Page of Presents is like where you started years ago, like, and like this kind of reminds me of like your inner child being so proud of you for all that you've been accomplishing.
Yeah, and with that Page of Presents coming out like right next to the Six of Wands, that kind of tells me that you're being seen for all of the work that you've put in, and you're learning about foundation and about how do I find my foundation? How do I make my foundation? And I think that's been an overarching theme for you for a while. And I think that that is just showing you like you've done it. Like you're getting to the point now where you're actually able to recognize yourself and have other people recognize you for your independence, for your stability, for your strength, for building kind of your own foundation. And I feel like this pile is very unique, especially based on some of the messages that I got, which I'll go over after we do the tarot section. But I do think that for you, this is you're in the middle of a new time period. Like I feel like you've been making choices the past few months that have kind of put you where you are now, and you're aware of where you're at in your cycle, and you know that, hey, this death cycle, I'm in this new beginning, like I'm working through letting go of things and moving forward, and you're recognizing that, and you're being patient with yourself, and you know that all of this is building a strong foundation for you.
I agree 100%. Woo. All right. So while I am shuffling here, okay. This is like where you're going. So let's see. These cards are for, where you're going with these new harvests. What is coming in? Oh. Okay. 9 of Swords. Okay, so there's definitely some anxiety that will come in with these new choices, but I don't think, again, it's self-brought on anxiety. It's not anything to be actually afraid of. That doesn't mean you won't be. It just is. Also, I apologize now for the camera angle, guys. My desk was being a pain in the butt. Hopefully it will be better in the next video. So just kind of bear with us and tilt your head a little bit if you have to.
Or you can just listen to our lovely voices tell you what's on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. I know a lot of you say that you kind of listen to these while you're doing other things. So yeah, the Empress. Okay, this is definitely a chapter where you're moving away from like masculine energy and really diving into your feminine energy. And I think that could be part of why this is so scary for you, because you're really learning to be vulnerable. So like this next chapter is going to bring you a lot of vulnerability, but you're going to be very wise about it here. Look at that, Queen of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, look, with these cards here, like, this is going to be a new emotional chapter for you, something that you haven't, done. I think, yeah, there's something new coming in that you're not used to that's going to be shaking up your life. And I think that's going to be kind of like where this fear comes from, but it will be resolved, and you will find yourself in your Empress energy, in your Queen of Swords, and maybe even for a couple of you who might be looking for a partner, like this could be your partner who comes in and like makes you feel really strong in like a Queen of Swords type way, like where you're using your mind and your feminine power. It just feels very this whole like thing makes me feel like you're coming full circle. So like just with the colors of this up here, like kind of being darker, more masculine, this deck is a little more feminine, obviously, but just, most of these are like the blues and the, like the feminine type colors here. And it gives me very much that vibe of like, you're going to be diving into those depths. You might actually have a lot of answers come to you in dreams with this dream catcher here. It's really standing out to me. So that is definitely something to look out for.
Mm-hmm. And the only other thing that I have to add about it is that because your masculine side is so strong in your foundation, that's why we're now moving into this feminine. It's kind of like we've grounded that masculine, we've started building the foundation with that side of you. And now is when the feminine comes in and is like, okay, let's nurture, let's play, let's explore, let's do all of this stuff that we can kind of contribute to this. And now we can work on these things together. I feel like you're moving into a period of time that is, it can be an anxious period of time because of the fact that it's new or that it's energy that you haven't tapped into in a long time. It may be because, you know, you shut it down for some reason, like whether you just have some experiences with like the feminine side that just hadn't gone well in your life before. But regardless, you're going to start tapping into it and you're going to be finding these like wonderful, like grounded passions, these nurturing. It's going to make you feel more whole. You're balancing like a duality inside of you where you have like this masculine that is like, okay, we know how to use me right now. And so now we're going to make sure that the feminine comes back in and we can both work together.
Yes, exactly that. And that's such a beautiful energy to be in. Like, you know, I think a lot of people think that you have to master both like at the same time, but that's really hard to do. And so it's totally okay to like, you know, get in touch with your masculine side and then come back and figure out how to reincorporate the feminine or vice versa.
Yeah,
So,
and we always start with the foundation first, and usually the masculine is a huge part of that. And so it may just be that that's what you've needed right now is that masculine had to take over for some reason. And kind of build a new foundation. Like you might have had a lot of new beginnings recently. Some of you might be going through your Saturn return around like ages 28 through 30. Like it might just be that you're in a new phase right now and your masculine was like, okay, let's build this foundation. And then it's safe for me and the feminine to be there together.
All right, so while I shuffle your oracles, I will let Bekah go ahead and give all her messages.
Yes. So this group, I didn't want to go like too ham on the messages, but there's a lot of Halloween references. I can tell that this is a time that you really enjoy. If you're watching this pile, like you probably really love Halloween. Or at least October, fall, that kind of vibe. You got skeleton, bones, vitamin D, which I feel like there's something for some people that are watching this group about like you may have had like broken bones or you may have like a weak bone somewhere. I don't know. I'm getting like a vibe around that. So be really careful. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin D and that you're taking care of your bones and that you're not stressing yourself out too much and putting too much pressure on yourself. Orange juice, potions, pumpkin juice, and actually specifically the part in Harry Potter where she's like pumpkin juice, like that kind of popped in. Sweeney Todd, Beetlejuice, Tim Burton, Five Iron Frenzy, which I haven't even thought of that band since I was in like high school and I'm like old now, so just saying. Reliant K, the Monster Mash, Blink 182 song I Miss You, specifically the We'll Have Halloween on Christmas. Christmas is important for this group. And I put birthday cake, so maybe your birthday is either coming up or you just had it or it's your birthday while you're watching this, which if your birthday is on Halloween, hello, happy birthday, Halloween child. But you also got Scorpio, snakes, a black cat, tails, like tails of different types of animals. Vampires, this is your season from now until January is the last message that they gave me.
Yeah, that's good for you. Woo!
Yeah, so this is a big glow up season for you based on that message. And it doesn't mean that after January things are going to go like downhill. It just means that there's a lot happening from now until January.
All right. Last oracle card right here. I love this section.
Which I already can tell you, like, if some of you are looking for a partner, you might be finding them pretty soon. I don't have like an exact time frame, but like I said, from now until January is really important. And that's either because you're preparing to meet someone or because that person is coming into your life, is already in your life, and feelings are going to be known. I don't know. There's something about partnership that's coming through really strongly.
Mm-hmm. And your cards definitely, true love come to me is right there in the center. The number 26 could also be very important to you. So you could be born on the 26th. So, you know, Bekah was mentioning birthdays. That would mean you had your birthday a few days ago, or your birthday could be coming up in one of the coming months. And then you have the card here, Kava Kava, which is community. So this gives me a lot of like, you might be actually pulling in a soul tribe as well, or you could meet this person through a friend. This person, this connection, this, whatever it is that you're manifesting, it doesn't have to be a person. It's just going to be something that you really love. So whether that's a career that you fall in love with, a person, whether that is an opportunity, a new passion, a new hobby, whatever it is going to bring you a new community. You might find it through the new community and you're going to have to be diligent. So, like putting in the work for it, which I think you're really good at that. And it's going to be so healing for you. Like to have that come up with Chiron, like it's going to be such a healing balm for like a lot of things. And it's not that like this person or this thing or whatever is going to fix you. It's going to open the door up for you to heal, to allow that love and that nurturing in that you need in this regard. It's such a beautiful spread.
Also, Kava Kava is related to the butterfly, which you can see the butterfly on that card. There's a blue butterfly on it. It talks a lot about transformation, but this card saying community is there to tell you basically that you don't have to do it alone. And so it's basically saying like, you're going through a really hard time right now, and like you have Chiron healing, so that makes sense to me. But it really is about, hey, you don't have to go through everything alone either. And so it's kind of, how do I transform that and know that it's okay to accept help and support and nurturing, which is divine feminine energy? How do I accept that and help, help myself move through this easier, knowing that I'm not only always going to be by myself?
100% agree, which is so exciting, and I'm so happy for you guys. This is such a beautiful little spread. All right, I love these cards too much that I don't want to move them, so I'm just gonna move them up a little bit so you can keep staring at your income and blessings. And we're gonna get you a couple tea leaves here. Oh, all right. You will be playing a different role, so something that you are not used to. That is a blessing that is coming in for you. We have temporary situations. So yeah, if you are in a situation right now that you don't like, know that that is going to be temporary, and it's because it is moving you. You're moving into this new situation that you need to be a part of. Quill, get back to the basics.
It's almost like you've stripped everything down to the foundation, which is what I was talking about. It's like you've gone through a big tower moment. Maybe it's not like not super recent, but within the last year, I would say you've gone through some sort of major shift or change in your life, and you went all the way back to basics. You went down to the studs in the foundation and we're like, all right, I'm gonna start over. We got to rebuild. Like this isn't working.
100%. All right, and your last card here is from the sides. Bird perched, waiting for news, package, or a letter.
You've gotten a lot of bird references. I'm just gonna point that out too. Things that fly.
Yeah, tons of birds. There's a bird there, bird here. You have the butterfly.
You have feathers.
Okay. All right, so let's shuffle these out, see if we get any. Now there's months within the stickers. There's months here. So like, we can kind of see maybe some times that will be good for you. Okay, September. So September already passed. So it could be that September is when this big change occurred. It's going to start the shift of that, or this again, of course, could be next September because, harvest does come around every year. April. Okay. And we'll get one more of these. All right. And July. All right. So those are some significant times for you. Again, these could have been times that already, just kidding. March also snuck its way out there. So you get a cheeky extra one. Maybe I'll just get 4 for every pile. There you go. So that gives you some extras there. Just some little extra time to look out for. All right. So let's get these out of here. All right, let's put these back.
I feel like for this group, there's a lot around freedom, and it may have felt like in the past that you didn't have any. And I feel like you have made a lot of changes in your life to try to give yourself more freedom. and that you are just going to keep experiencing more and more of that because you've been making decisions that are aligned for you and not worrying so much about what that means for anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna grab into your little treat bag here, and then we will wrap up with our little oracles here. Okay, so let's see what's in your little present bag. All right, so right off the bat here, you have the month of November. So that is another month for you. November is like literally the next day after you're watching this. So that could, your stuff could be starting out why. So you could be questioning kind of like why certain things happen certain ways. Maybe there was someone in your life that you are that was a painful breakup for you. And, you're going to find out why it didn't work out. Two hearts beating as one. That's kind of how I always see that. A taco. So maybe you're hungry. Maybe you need to have a Taco Tuesday. Look at that. Bekah was talking about Christmas being important. There's a nice little present. I have some wedding rings. So there's going to be some type of new commitment for you, regardless of if that's a person or it is, I believe this is a baby rattle. I'm not, if not, you can take it as a piece of candy, but I think it's a baby rattle. It can also be a maraca, so like a fiesta, celebrating. A little couple in bed, little pandas. We have Peter Pan's You Can Fly. So again, more about flight, getting up in the air. So maybe you could be traveling. Maybe you're going to be moving. Little astronaut here in space. If you are an astronaut and you're watching this, let us know because that's such a cool job.
Also, that popped into my head, Astronaut by Jen. Please go listen. I'm going to plug it.
Yeah, great song. Anniversary. So could be celebrating some type of important anniversary. Or you could, start like maybe you met someone already this year and you guys are going to be celebrating a good anniversary and like, spirit's letting you know that this is the right connection for you. Again, this is that anxiety that you've been feeling. So let yourself, enjoy, let yourself feel it, but also enjoy the blessings and know that you have a lot of good coming to you. Literally, as I flip over the good vibes only. Little bunny with a balloon. That just makes me think of childhood hopes, dreams. Our due date. So for some of you, there could be a creative project that is going to be coming out that you're really proud of. For others of you, if you have been trying to expand your family, that could be something that is coming into harvest for you. We have the Statue of Liberty. So New York could be an important location. We have this guy here. He's being really peaceful. Ooh, nice little money bag. Could get an increase in your finances, which is always nice. And then look, oh yeah, some of you are definitely going to be having a baby maybe, or maybe a new niece or nephew in your family. That's so cute. All right, and last but not least, look at that, Bekah, Christmas Day.
Hey. Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas might be important to you as well. But seriously, just the "We'll have Halloween on Christmas" from that Blink-182 song, "I Miss You," keeps popping into my head like over and over again. So just, if you want to have a non-traditional Christmas this year, go for it.
Yes. So the songs in every pile will be different. So if you want to check them out, you'll get 2 songs. And then these we will just keep reshuffling throughout just to make sure that, people are getting the right messages for them per pile. You'll get 3 of these. Okay, so we will go ahead and we're going to start with your songs here.
Also, if you're watching this on Christmas, hi.
Yeah, you have Halloween on Christmas. Okay, all right, here we go. We've got 2 songs for you. Don't Fight the Feeling by EXO. So for some of you, we were talking about maybe that like a new relationship could be kind of scary for you, might give you a lot of anxiety, or this new endeavor. And, you know, Spirit saying like, don't fight your feelings, let yourself feel these things, you know, whether that's sadness, happiness, like basically experience all your emotions like fully. Cruel
Also,
Summer by Taylor Swift. Sorry, go ahead.
also the song Can't Fight This Feeling by REO Speedwagon as well.
Yes. All right. So those are your songs. All right. Let's get you 3 of these. Can we have 3 of these? Whoop. All right. There's one for pile 1, Spirit. What are their harvest? What are they harvesting? Oh, all right. There you go. We got 3 right there for you. So let's start here.
If you hear my cat, he's saying hello.
Hi, kitty. Hi, Sebby. Ooh, promotion / work opportunity. So some channel messages that we have here are Starburst, Tangerines, Summer 2023, Cruel Summer, Budapest, so Peacocks and Daffodils. Okay. Oh, I'll leave it open for you for right now. I'll close it up after. Here you go. All right, next thing. Health and self-love. Butterfly, so butterfly again. Good news, new routines, blossoms, cabins, bonfires, winter 2022. And then Slinky and a silk scarf. Silk scarves. Those could be important things.
Yes. I never mind, I lost it. I had a thought, but it went right out. So apparently not.
Oh, that's okay. It happens. All right, last one here. Travel. So we have San Francisco, El Paso, Sweden, London, USA, Canada, a red sparrow, and a mistletoe.
Okay,
so you guys
Christmas
got
and
lots
birds.
of confirmation within these things.
Christmas and birds. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, just the holiday season in general. So like I said, the next couple months are going to be pretty important.
Mm-hmm. All right, pile 1, that is what we had for you. So we hope you enjoyed and that you have a great and happy Halloween. Please be safe and stay healthy. And we will catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Hi guys, welcome to pile 2. If you picked this pile, then you picked this adorable little pumpkin, little monster, little doggy, bunny, and the little pumpkin here. So this is your pile topper. And then right here, we have your little treat bag, which we will get to in a little bit here. So we're going to start off by seeing where you're at right now. And Bekah is here. She has some channeled messages for you. I am going to be shuffling for you guys. So we're going to see where you are right now. And then we will also be, sorry, I'm a little jumbly here. So maybe you guys have a lot going through your brain because I feel like my brain was kind of going a mile a minute there and I couldn't catch up with what it was trying to articulate. But for you guys, I feel very much like maybe some type of Gemini mind, very fast, mercurial mind for sure. Could be Virgos as well here. But just with our messages, always make sure that you are, following your intuition, trusting yourself. This will be a little vibe check here in the beginning. So if you are, not sure of this is the pile for you, the vibe check can always help. But, take what resonates and always leave the rest behind. All right. That's way too many cards, Spirit. Okay, so far we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is nice, right? Presents are the Pentacles, right, Bekah, in this deck?
Yes.
Okay. And then the High Priestess, so that's a great energy. Then we have the 10 of Needles, so the 10 of Swords, and the Ace of Needles. Okay. guys are kind of burning yourselves out here, aren't you? Just a little call out post. So I think that what's really nice about this pile is that you have the high priestess here. So it's that you know what you need to do. You have the intuition, the divine knowing of what is good for you and what isn't good for you. I just think it's a matter of that it might be a little harder to do those things than you think. So like you might feel a little burnt out, a little exhausted right now, but you know the work is paying off because you have this, you know, this is about like the Nine of Pentacles is about like having your presence, and you know like this is the luxury goods, like this is not just doing well, this is like doing exceedingly well. Like this is like when you can afford those spa days, when you can afford vacations, when you're taking, you know, taken care of. And obviously it doesn't have to be monetarily, it can just be that like, you know, you are just well taken care of, you have a good foundation, you have a roof over your head, you're not stressed about paying your bills every month, like you're in a good place, like you're blessed basically. But is that blessing coming at the cost of your peace? And I think for you guys, you know, you're trying to right now figure out with the, because this is Sally here and here, this is giving me the indication that Sally here, like she has a new idea, right? This is the Ace of Swords. This is a new idea. This is getting clarity again. I mentioned that there's a lot of thinking in this group already. You have, you know, the ability, the foresight to listen to your higher self, who is trying to give you that guidance on how to make this easier for you. So it's really more like this, right? You're getting all the things, you're working really hard, but you're burning yourself out. You're exhausted. You're overthinking things. You're way too tired. You're, you know, and your higher self is here saying like, hey, trying to get your attention right now because they have an idea on how to make this better and easier for you.
I'm getting a lot of this group, and it may not be a lot of you, but I feel like some of you are trying to find an answer to something right now, something that's very, very close to your heart. And I feel like the reason why you haven't been able to really get traction with that answer and the way that you're going to is to start listening to yourself. Um, because like Lena said, there's a lot of like pressure and anxiety around working really, really hard and overworking yourself. Your brain is moving so fast that you're not slowing down enough to see the things that are right in front of you. And so I think that some of the parts of what you're trying to figure out, some of it obviously comes from the external circumstances that you're in. But I think that some of it would be easier if you would slow down. And so there's like this need for you to kind of pull back a little bit and to ground yourself and to be like, okay, I need to like make sure that I'm balancing everything, because is what's going on right now worth, is the mental anxiety and the pressure and doing all this stuff on top of what I'm trying to figure out, like it's kind of like it's something that doesn't have to do with work. Like you're trying to figure something out on the side, something that you really want to dive into, but it's like you don't feel like you can give your entire self to it because you're giving more than you have of yourself to everything else already. And it's like, well, sometimes we need to take a step back and to say, okay, I know that like it might be scary for me to pull back a little bit, but I need to so that I can find this answer and do this thing. You never know. Pulling back and going after that answer and like sitting a little bit and being patient might actually help you feel more fulfilled and might help you feel less stressed out. And you'll get all the answers you want while having more creative opportunities show up, while having other opportunities to help you maintain, right, what you have. Like that'll show up for you as long as you're taking that time to kind of balance out and be like, okay, but I also need rest. I also need a break. I also need to, you know, chase after the things that I'm really excited about too, and not just keep doing the same thing because it's reliable.
Yes, I agree. I'm so sorry, guys. I dropped a card on the floor. So give me 1 second. I will read these cards here. So maybe Bekah can tell you about your future. Um, you have the Knight of Swords, the World, the Page of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and your bottom of the deck was the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, you're getting clarity very quickly. So regardless of what you do, you're going to have clarity. But the problem with it is you have to understand that you, excuse me, you have all the opportunities in the world to get this answer. It's going to happen regardless of what you're doing. And so if you're sitting there burning yourself out, right? that's not going to help you, because regardless, you're still going to get the answer. It's just that you have to figure out right now in this moment, what is best for me? How can I pull back? How can I ground? How can I learn to be stable and to be patient and to wait and to be still, and that the right things are always going to find me in divine timing. You're going to get an answer.
Yes.
So if you're looking for like hey, am I ever going to solve this problem that I'm trying to figure out? Or am I ever going to understand this? Or am I ever going to learn about this? Yes, you're going to. Exactly when you're meant to. And in the meantime, make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yes. And there's definitely going to be some type of collaboration that comes in here with the Three of Pentacles that like could be the assistance to that and changing your fate. And I know that some big changes coming for you, because this is the only card that fell on the floor. So I am taking it. This is death. So there is some big type of change that you're going to be going through, a metamorphosis. Like this is kind of a metamorphosis that you don't expect. And the reason I say that is because the card fell on the floor and it took me a minute to find it. It is that like it's kind of hidden. You're going to be going through these things, and then all of a sudden, like some change is going to happen. It's not like a tower, so it's not going to be so like, sudden or like terrible, or like, and towers aren't always terrible, but towers tend to like really shake things up. This is almost going to be like a subtle transformation, in that like you're going to meet people, you're going to collaborate with people that change how you think, change how you operate, and thus it's going to change your life, which is really cool.
Yeah, and you're finally going to be able to put something at peace that you wanted to be put at peace for a long time. Is kind of the vibe I'm picking up. I am going to talk about your channeled messages while she puts these away. And for some of these, this will definitely make sense as to what I was just talking about. The first thing that came through for me was the song DNA by BTS. DNA testing, family tree, fourth house, Cancer, Hunger Games, berries. The song, you put the lime in the coconut. Hawaii, vacation, which Lena said something about vacation already. Water, my love is like water. It's by Wendy from Red Velvet. If you don't know who that is, you should look up that song. It's really soft. King Tut, Egypt, night at the museum, warm environments, treasure hunting, body spray, learning, working with your hands, Cat's Cradle, which is, it's like this yarn game that you could play as a kid. Like I know some people did. Some people have no idea what I'm talking about. The Cat's Cradle, it was like you use your hands and you had to like untie knots and stuff. Anyways, that came through. Fast movement, summertime, ocean sounds, sensory deprivation tanks, and acupuncture. I'm kind of feeling like spring and summer could be really important time frames for this group. And like I always preface this with, that doesn't mean that nothing's going to happen between now and spring. It just means that there might be some big pivotal things that happen during that time, or you might get your answer at that time, or you could get it sooner or later. It just kind of depends on divine timing, which I know everybody loves, but it is what it is.
All right, this card came out twice. It keeps slipping out with 2 cards, so I just took the second card with it this time. You have, I think it's cycliobin. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Psilocybin, thank you. Commune. So you have that one. And then you have St. John's Wort Radiance.
Okay. Well, with psilocybin, like when we talk about commune, Lena just got done talking about how you're going to be communing with people and that they're going to change your life. And I feel like for some of you, this is family. Like this is people that you haven't talked to in a long time, or at least people that feel like family to you that you haven't gotten to really talk to in a long time. It could be ancestors. Some of you, I think, are being strongly called to communicate with your ancestors, either living or passed on, which you can learn a lot of things from doing that. And so if that's something that stands out to you, make sure that you're doing it.
This group, you need more sleep.
Yeah, see, you can't burn the candle at both ends because it's gonna go out.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. You are definitely burning the candle at both ends, and Spirit is calling your butt to the carpet right now, and they're like, you need to rest. Excuse you. All right. So something that I'm noticing is that like physically with this group, my mind is moving really fast, but my body is moving really slow. And so this to me again is an indication that your body is like, we need to slow down. I am tired. I am, because with the other group, with group one, I was able to shuffle these cards out really fast. And for this group, the cards are coming out a lot slower. And I think that's on purpose. Okay, so you have Leo, I will. So I think normally you have a lot of fire and passion and drive, but because you are burning yourself out, you are kind of losing your will. And Spirit is like, hey, like we want to give you back that will, but before we do that, you have to rest. You have to be open to changing the way you do things.
Yeah. Okay. So also, I wanted to mention that both of these cards talk about like community, and like kind of leaning into it. It's kind of like, so the first two cards, I should say, they kind of talk about, well, one, your community, your ancestors, things like that. But the St. John's wort is a very like sunshiny card. It is a summer card. But it's very much about kind of tapping into your resilience and like doing things that feel good for you because you need to keep yourself healthy. I'm also getting this feeling of like lower back pain a little bit. So that could be something for some of you, like you need to rest. You need to like find ways to kind of relax and to maybe get a massage sometimes or do some self-care that helps with your back. Baths, like warm baths, are going to be really good. Warm environments in general has come out a lot for this group. So if you are needing to kind of find a space to kind of relax your muscles, I think that would also be really good for this group.
Yes. Something else is my upper back and shoulders are kind of hurting quite a bit. So I definitely, there is something with back, neck pain. So an acupuncture can actually, like Bekah picked that up already, can be really, really great for that. So definitely maybe look into that. And we will go from there because I think that that can be really healing for you guys right now, and it could be something that could end up being really, really helpful. So your other cards here, you have the Leo, I will. So again, summertime could be important. You could have a prominent Leo placement. This could be about leaning into that Leo a little bit more because Leo is kind of like, I always think of Leo as like, they have like one foot in the door of like playing and creativity and stuff like that, but they also have a lot of will and drive to get things done. And I think that's where you need to meet because you need to find your drive and let it push you and do things, but also make sure that you make time for play and rest. Relaxation is coming up. So if you haven't taken a vacation in a while, maybe you need to book a small one. You have a lot of potential, you know, and to keep growing. Like Spirit wants to prosper you, they want you to keep growing, but it is so important for you to find that community that's going to be helpful for you, that can, like, you know, people that might be able to help you so that you can shine your brightest. But to do that, you have to rest. There has to be both. There cannot be just one or the other. And then dreams are coming through because you have the moon here as well. You're probably going to get a lot of messages and answers in your dreams. So make sure you're paying attention to them. Maybe start some type of dream journal.
Being out in the sun is really important for this group. Both of those plant cards are also ruled by the sun. So because you got Leo and you have two plant cards that came out that talk about having astrological rulership with the sun, that's about your expression. It's about your sense of self. It's about radiating. And so for you, I think that being out in the sun, getting out into fresh air, like embracing who you are and not letting yourself be drowned out by things like fear or stress or anxiety, or I should do this or I should do that, or oh, I have to do these things so I don't have time to focus on this other thing that I really want to do and that would make me feel good. Like don't do that to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. All right, so we're gonna move into these little tea leaf cards here. We have coins. Money will be coming to you, so that's nice. Chair empty. Someone is leading your life. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Well, good, because you know we've been giving you a little bit of tough love, so Spirit wants you to know that you are on the right path as well. You're not just like screwing everything up. Protected from negative forces beyond your control, cobweb. So some of you might be worried about things like this, and they want you to know that you are protected. with this someone leaving your life, don't get too scared. If it is someone that is meant to be there, they will not leave. Bekah and I talk about this all the time. If they are not meant to be there, it is for a reason. And even though that change in reason might end up being painful, it's the right thing. It doesn't make it easy. It doesn't mean that like suddenly you're fine with it, but it just means that that's what is. Oh, marriage.
Okay, for those of you that are like against marriage, that doesn't necessarily mean between two people. It definitely can if you're excited about like partnership and stuff. Like, yes, that's definitely what that is. But otherwise, marriage means two things coming together to combine. It's like commitment, strength. It can be a marriage of partnerships in a lot of different ways, but you can marry two different things, put them together, and they make something new or something that feels whole or complete.
Well, yeah, you guys are definitely getting some type of financial upgrade, which is great, especially if that's something that you've been manifesting. That is, for some of you guys are going to be creating like a unique product or a line or just something, some art, something that is unique to you. And that's also like what Bekah was saying, what this marriage is about, that is going to really increase your financial opportunities. All right, in September. So that could be last September or that could be this September. Now, for those of you, love is at the bottom here. I was asked to show it to you. So for some of you, if you're really against marriage, again, that doesn't have to be romantic love, but for a lot of you who are watching this, it probably is. You might be looking for that. And you could be, it doesn't mean that you're getting married right away. It just means that you could be meeting the person that you will eventually marry.
For some of you, your anxiety surrounds around the idea of wanting a partner, but not feeling like you can have one with like the life that you lead right now, or just not thinking that you can have one in general. And I think you're going to have a lot of moments where you start to realize that regardless of if you believe you can or cannot, it's going to happen for you if that's something that you want. Now, what I mean by that is we talked about divine timing and we talked about finding clarity. And I think that you're going to either one, slow down and nurture yourself and know that it's okay to want that and that you can have that regardless of who you are or what you do. But then the other part of this is if you can't seem to slow down, it's going to show up at your door regardless. So I think either way, if you're part of the pile that is talking about love and marriage and like that kind of stuff, it's going to happen at some point or another. And it's not anything to be afraid of. It just means that you're meant to have a partner. You're meant to have someone to share life with.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. All right, so let's get into your little treat bag before we get into our handmade oracles. So let's see what we have in here. All right. So some other timing that could be important for you is we have December here. And we also have Valentine's Day. So that could be an important holiday for you. We have June. So that could be the name June, but it also could be the month. I know Bekah was picking up on summer for you guys. So we have this couple here sleeping. Very cute. We have a tropical drink. So again, this reminds me of vacation, maybe getting a nice little mocktail or a cocktail. While you're on vacation, you could take a vacation to a tropical place. This is you right now, burnt out. I'm like, oh no, I'm so tired. Another little pair here, little set. We have a little monkey, so cute. Crocs, so maybe you need to get some comfortable shoes you can wear around the house. And yeah, that could be really helpful. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, then we have here, we have the popcorn.
Ooh, if some of you are struggling with like a creative block, that's not going to last for very much longer.
Yeah, abundance of ideas. Tiger. We'll put that little guy out there. This one says, I'm sorry. So if you have someone that you have fought with that you need to, or someone that needs to say I'm sorry to you, you might be getting that apology. This can also be you nurturing that inner child as well and saying you're sorry for overworking yourself. I love you, a bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck. Bekah.
I just sent this to her as an emoji.
She
like
just sent me this emoji like a few minutes ago. So there you go. There's some Mang giving you a thumbs up there. Okay, some champagne. This has the 3 glasses. So this reminds me of that 3 of Pentacles, the collaboration. So like you guys will celebrate that collaboration. Have some sweet forehead kisses. Again, this is very familial love. So yeah, for some of you, this is calling in like soul family. It doesn't have to be romantic love, but then for some of you it is, and then for some of you it is both. And then last here we have a deer. So those could be some symbolism for you. All right, so the songs will be different in every pile. You will get 2 songs, and then with our other oracle cards, we will be putting the ones back in every pile just to make sure that everyone gets a fair shot at what could be coming in from them. And yeah, so hopefully you like these. One more song, please, Spirit, for group 2. Oh, this one? No. They're being very choosy. Whoa. Do you want these 2 instead of this one? Okay. They flew those out, so I will take them. Okay. Let me open this way. So you got Hole in Your Face by Lee Yunsing featuring BDC. So make sure you check that out, look up the lyrics and see if it has any good meaning for you. It could just be a song that you like. And we have Drive You Home by Jackson Wang featuring Internet Money. Those are both really good songs.
I was like, that's a great song.
So, all right. Now we will get you 3 of these. So we will see what is coming into harvest for you. Spirit, can I have 3 of these for group 2, please? For some of you, there is like a maternal guide or a maternal ancestor that is coming through really strongly. And like Bekah was already picking up on that, but like really wants you to reach out. And like they're a guide that is like, a lot of us have guides that kind of rotate in and out, helping us. But this guide in particular is one that is with you always. And they're very like, they want to work with you. They want to help you manifest your dreams. They might appear to you in your dreams. And they really want to work with you. So again, this is that paying attention to your dreams, kind of looking out for them. Maybe some symbolism could be some of these animals that they send to you to let you know that they're with you. They're saying something about a cornucopia. So like there's some type of maybe cornucopias are important to you or cornucopia of abundance. Love. Yeah, I figured that was going to come out for this group. And look, Bekah, spring equinox. The ocean, Laffy Taffy, swings, jazz music, bubble baths, 22, and numerology. So maybe looking into your numerology could be a modality that really resonates with you.
Yeah, I also talked about water and oceans too, and baths.
Travel. San Francisco, El Paso, Sweden, London, USA, Canada, Red Sparrow, and mistletoe. All right, last one. Moving. So some of you might be moving. So you might travel to a place and like really fall in love with it and then end up moving there. You have 444 Sandcastles, Coastal Living, Bekah, Pinwheels, Gingerbread, Origami, Sewing Machine, Peaches, Koala, and the Beatles. So those could be some important things for you there. So yeah, wow, these are some great things.
There's a song that just popped into my head, and I don't know what it's called. Hold on. It says like sunshine came softly through my window today. Could have checked out easy. Oh. Hold on. Once I've made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I can't remember what the song's called. Hold on. Just bear with me for a second. I haven't heard it in a really long time. It's called Sunshine Superman by Donovan.
Ooh, so Superman could be important or symbolism for you. So maybe check that out. Okay, so that is where we leave you, group 2. We hope you enjoyed this reading. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay healthy, please. And we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. If you picked this pile, then you selected the very cute little card here with the lots of cats and bats and lots of cute stuff. So we'll put that there. And we also selected the Frightfully Good Time treat bag, which we will get to in a little bit. So we are going to be starting out with seeing where you're at right now. This will kind of be a vibe check to see if this is the correct pile for you. Always use your intuition and trust yourself more than you trust anything that we say, because your intuition always knows what is best for you. And Bekah is here. She will be doing channeled messages and of course reading the cards and everything with me. So let's get started. Whoa, that's a lot of cards at once. Let's not. Your guides are eager to give us messages for you. So let's do the vibe check and see where you're at. No, too many. I need you to send out just 1 or 2 at a time, Spirit, not 5. There we go. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands with the Knight of Needles. I believe the needles are swords.
Yes,
they're swords. Okay, then we have the King of Potions, nice. And the Ace of Potions, beautiful. Okay. So you guys are exhausted. That's what I'm gonna say. Your bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles, so I'm going to add that right there. All right. So for you guys, what I'm really picking up here is that you guys have a lot going on right now. Like your life is booked and busy. Like with the Knight of Needles, like this is a fast, opportunity. Again, for some of you, like check in and make sure that these opportunities are right for you and that you're not exhausting yourself. Make sure that these are emotionally fulfilling. But even if you are, have some opportunities that are kind of like within the wings that are making you exhausted because a lot's going on, know that there is a emotionally fulfilling offer that is coming in. Now, this could be love, especially because we had this under the deck. It almost feels like a little sneaky surprise, like, oh, I'm coming in and I'm coming to surprise you. I love you. Like it could definitely be that, but this also could very much be just like, a financial opportunity, because this is the Pentacles, a stable financial offer that makes you feel really emotionally fulfilled and safe and whole. But right now, what this is telling me is that you're a little bit burnt out. You're tired. You're doing a lot of things. Some of these candles are kind of withering away. So some of these ideas and things that you have, it's okay to let them go and know that not every opportunity is yours, but like these white candles here that are standing out, these are the ones that you need to fan and flame and continue and use this energy that you get from the night to give you this emotional fulfillment to bring in these opportunities. So this is about being selective with the things that you are taking in.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's so many messages that are coming through for this group. I feel like this group is really overwhelmed. Which, as Lena said, like you have to make sure that you're taking into account what opportunities are for you and which ones are not, because you're gonna get a lot of opportunities all the time. Like I feel like you're somebody who you just kind of attract them. And the thing about that is you have to be discerning with that and know what your limits are. And so you have to kind of have that boundary with yourself of like, okay, what are the things that actually make me feel good? And what are the things that are kind of maybe just like in the middle kind of a feeling? Because it's not that you won't be successful with all of them, because I'm sure that you would. It's just that which ones are actually going to feel good and which ones are not. And I guarantee you the stuff that actually feels good and is meant like is lighting you up the most is going to be the most successful and the most fruitful. And so it's really important to listen to that grounded part of you, listen to your divine masculine, and know that, you know, as long as you are following what lights you up and what feels good and making decisions from what that feels like, instead of where like maybe the shoulds or the, oh, but I promised I would do all these responsibilities and so now I'm stuck in them. And it's like you're never really stuck in them. And the only thing that really makes you feel afraid of that sometimes is the fear of how other people are going to react or how they're going to feel about it or whatever. And sometimes you have to ask people for lenience, or you have to ask them for help, or you have to ask them like, hey, I know that I said I was going to do this, but like I don't have enough time in my schedule right now. Maybe I'll get to it later, but right now it doesn't feel like. You have to be able to stand up for yourself, basically.
You have to be able to say like, hey, this works for me, or like, no, this really doesn't work for me, and just let that kind of be okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into, I already shuffled these while Bekah was talking here. So for your like what is coming up for you. So we have the Two of Wands. Look at that. So maybe some travel for you guys potentially. That's kind of cool. We have the King of Swords. Nice. So lots of good ideas are coming to you. You have the wit and the brain power to accomplish your goals. You have the Hermit. So this is going to require some time inside, again, saying no to opportunities to give yourself that time to recharge. See, the Hermit, the light there is lit up because the Hermit is taking that time for themselves. The Six of Pentacles. So you could have someone that is going to be offering you ideas or help, or maybe a partner that you work with that can help you with this, or you could be meeting someone that is going to see your potential and could invest in you, which is great if that's something you're looking for. And then we have the Hanged Man. So this again is about divine timing. So all these things are going to be happening in divine timing, but this is also about perspective. Your perspective is going to be very different. You're not going to see things exactly like in this sense of like, I have to rush, I have to get there, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, I have to do that. You're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I just finally realized that actually when I slow down and I take the opportunities that are for me, everything flourishes in a way that I didn't think it ever could. And when I ask for and accept help, and when I take that time for myself, the world is my oyster. And that's such a cool energy. Like that is what is going to bring you into this king energy. It is you're going to learn to work smarter, not harder. That is a lot of what you are manifesting. And that's going to bring you so many blessings.
Yeah, balance. Like literally balance. So when you have the Six of Pentacles come out, like that just tells me make sure you're giving and taking an equal amount. And that means for a lot of you, make sure that you're taking enough for yourself. Because I feel like with this group, because you have so much about working so hard and doing all of these different things, it may be that you sacrifice yourself so that you can make other people happy, or so that you can make all these things happen. thinking that, oh, well, if I can just check off these things off my list, like then I'll be free to, to chill, or I'll be free to do this thing over here that I really want to do, but that has nothing to do with anybody else. And it's like, no, you have to balance. Like you have to, that's what you're learning. You're learning, like, how do I only do the things that light me up, but also, like, how do I make sure that I'm balancing those things that don't seem to make any sense with the things that, I feel like, that are practically necessary for me. Because obviously we can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to work, or I'm not going to pay my bills. Like that doesn't work that way, right? And so you do have to really make sure that you're balancing and saying, okay, I understand that sometimes we have to do these things over here, but instead of putting all of myself into that, I can actually do some of that. And then I can put the rest of me into making sure that I'm taken care of, and it will all balance itself out.
Mm-hmm. Very much agree. All right, let me pull these cards away.
And then while she's doing that, I'm going to do your channel messages. This group has a lot of songs, like a lot of music. So music could be really important. Food, Thanksgiving, Christmas lights, something that Wicked This Way Comes, which is a song from Harry Potter. Yellow Flowers, Dancing, Flamingo, Winter Bear by V, Something's Up with Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas, orchestral music, The Grinch, the song Anticipation, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Broadway's Dark Tonight by the Goo Goo Dolls, Bees, just Bees, Climb Every Mountain from The Sound of Music. There's a lot of musicals in here too. Arts and Crafts, Practical Magic, Let That Be Enough by Switchfoot, Fireworks, Taste, the song Phase Me by Woosung, Darling by Halsey, switching radio stations, or like using like a dial to switch radio stations, Car Rides, Road Trips, Snacks, and Taxi Cab by 21 Pilots.
Oh, those are good songs. All right. Sorry, here we go. I am shuffling out some cards for you guys. All right, so you guys got two of these cards. You got Ashwagandha, and it says purpose. Then you got Elder, which is wisdom. Sorry, this way. There you go. So for me, your guys' purpose is to share your wisdom. Your purpose is to, to expand your knowledge and to share that wisdom with other people. But again, like, taking those opportunities that are right for you. Okay. You got fertility, and you did get the dream sweet, sleep deep. So I am taking both since they came out together. So you're going to have an abundance and ideas, and you might get a lot of them in your dreams potentially. That's been a big message throughout across all the groups, is like dream messages. Especially I think because we're in Scorpio season, so we're really connected to the other side right now. Checking on your dreams, but knowing that you're going to have an abundance of ideas and abundance of things coming through. For some of you, this could actually be about physical fertility, but for a lot of you, this is actually just about like prospering those gifts, those ideas. Like you're going to have an abundant harvest of the things that you've been wanting to create. But it is about that balance.
Ashwagandha is actually a lot about balancing and understanding that like your inner and outer world are not separate. Also with ashwagandha, it talks a lot about like remaining open to like the mystery of the journey and not fearing like the unknown, because it's a lot about like divine timing and about how like even if you don't know where you're going, that you're going to end up somewhere that is right for you, and just trusting in that, which I think is really, really important for this group, knowing that like you don't have to have all the answers before you get to where you're going, or to get to where you want to go. Like you don't have to know it step by step. Like it's not something that you have to understand. And then as far as like the elder, I know that has some connections to the underworld, but it does also talk about like letting go, transformation, awakening, things like that. But it's usually like the ending of a phase of life. So it talks about like the ending of major cycles. It's very like Plutonic energy, but it also kind of has like a lighter energy to it. Yeah, so it's Jupiter and Pluto. So it's very, very much about like, it's reminding us of the blooming we experience when we simply allow our old self to decompose. So basically, like right now, like you're in the process of letting go and starting something new. And that might be why you're so busy, because there's so much happening, because it's a new beginning for you. And you know that you're letting go, but you don't exactly know where you're going. And that's not a bad thing. Sometimes in life, you have to let life come to you instead of trying to know what's going to happen every step of the way. And I think that you have a lot of fertility right now when it comes to like your ideas and your passions and like the things that you want, and that all of those things are a part of your purpose. Like you're here to bring those things to life, to give birth to those things. And so it's really, really important for you to make sure you're getting enough rest, make sure you're getting enough food, make sure you're getting enough care, and like just make sure you're nurturing yourself. And that's going to help you just keep moving forward. And in the meantime, while you're taking care of you, the universe is going to give back to you like tenfold. Like you've already been working through a lot of things and you're already trusting enough that you've started this new journey. So don't put yourself in a box now and be like, oh, well, I'm stuck with this or I'm stuck with that, or I have all these responsibilities. And it's like, well, you know that you don't have to do anything that's not in alignment with you, and that things are going to be fine. Like, and so just trust the process and know that you're moving forward.
Mhm. I'm so stoked because you guys got the part of fortune increase. So like, yes, this can be material wealth, but I think just in general, everything in your life is whatever you consider to be fortunate for you is going to increase. So whether that's creative ideas, creative opportunities, whether that is friendships, love, happiness, whether it's all those things, there is, a fortune increase in that. You're going to be experiencing more pleasure in life. Life will become more pleasurable and look, change. So Bekah's already been talking about the change that you've been having, and like more change is going to come. But this looks like that to me, this card looks like you're coming from a place of like, a little bit darker, a little bit heavier, like the rougher stuff, the plutonic stuff of the change, but you're moving into the lighter side of it. So it's like all that suffering that you had to go through, all the hard times, it was worth it so that you could get to this point.
Yeah, definitely. Like I
And
said, it's that Pluto Sagittarius, Pluto Jupiter combination.
yeah, and Pluto gets a bad rap, but really Pluto, like, yes, it can be a little rough around the edges, but it is here to help at the end of the day. It only does this so that it can, bring in things that we need to happen. It's to bring change. All right. So we got some tea leaves here. You have bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. Nice.
Also, eat some bread.
Bread's delicious. Tea leaf. Pin. New job / career. Okay. Wow. Spirit's just being really direct with what you guys are getting in this pile. I feel like for the other piles, there was a lot more interpretation and mystery, but I think they want you to know that there is no incorrect to what they are saying that you are getting. There's no way to misinterpret this. Parrot. Someone will gossip about all of your secrets. Okay, so yeah, again, this is about picking those right opportunities because you don't want this. You don't want someone gossiping about all of your secrets. But I also read this in a different way of people, of parrots, like, spreading the word. So not gossip in a bad way, because gossip doesn't have to be bad. Gossip can be someone that's just talking about you and all of your services. And they're like, wow, like look at what this person does. They're so amazing at what they do. They're so incredible, blah, 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 blah. And when they do that, it opens up the door for that person to, have more opportunity. So again, if you pick the right opportunities, the right people will be talking about you. If you choose opportunities that are not in alignment with you, but choose to do them anyway, you might put yourself in a situation where people are talking about you in a way you don't want. Cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. Yeah, so I feel like for a while you guys have been pretty like dissatisfied with life because you're kind of burnt out. You have things, of course, that you're grateful for and that you like, but things that could be better, that you want to be better, that you want to come around in a much better and more exciting and fulfilling way. And, Spirit is just acknowledging that here. And then we have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Yes. So see, you have everything that you need to be successful, and Spirit has your back. And I feel like for me, they're saying this is where you are and this is where you're going. All right. So We have May, so that could be a prosperous month coming up for you. Career, so lots of career changes for this group. We have October. So this October could have been the start of the change for you, or next October could also be really fruitful. And then we have September. So again, with September, this September that passed could have kickstarted a big change for you, or next September could be a really eventful and fruitful time for you. So let's get into our stickers. We will get into those, and then we will do our oracles. I believe this is the group that got the most stickers. All right, so let's start here. You have the umbrella, so you could be going somewhere where it's rainy if you like the rain, but this can also mean protection from that rain, from sad days, from hard times. Cancer, so Cancer season could be important, or this could just be confirmation that you picked the right pile if you have Cancer prominent in your chart. Never grow up, so you need to play with that inner child more. Peter Pan reference.
Peter Pan came out in group 1, just saying.
It did. Start with a grateful heart. Holiday, so the holiday seasons could be important for you. Ooh, okay. All right, you guys. Normally I just say if you asked a question, but right now I'm going to tell you to ask a question, a yes or no question, because this cup has an answer on it. So if you want your answer, I will reveal it at the end of the sticker. So go ahead and take the time, ask your question, and then we will get to that. All right, what makes me happy? So this is about figuring out what makes you happy. What is it that lights you up? We also have Kwanzaa. So for some of you, if you celebrate Kwanzaa, or again, this could be traditional Christmas time, this could be Hanukkah, those types of, that could be an important season for you. New York also came out in group 1 as well. So there are some connections there. We have Hamilton, which again gives me New York vibes. So Hamilton was also someone who was always trying to do everything and be everywhere all the time, when he really just needs to sit down and see what made him happy. Wednesday, or you could also take this as wed, so maybe being wed or getting wed. This says, I miss you. Want to talk about it, so maybe you have things you need to talk about, you need to get off your chest, and you need to talk to someone about those things. Here we have a nice little couple in like winter clothing. Again, another Hamilton. We have love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control on the little pears. Maybe you need to eat some pears. We have love, mom life. So if you are wanting to become a mom, you could be becoming a mom shortly, or this could be about, enjoying your mom life right now, and not working yourself to the bone, but enjoying, being a mother. I feel like this is you right now. I feel like this is like where you were and being overwhelmed, but I also feel like this is where you will be, but not in a negative sense, that you will be so overwhelmed with happiness that you will just be bawling because so much joy and change came into your life. Yeah, like you're gonna just come into like this, it'll be like, I'm crying so much because I'm so happy, like I'm so starstruck. A little thumbs up, so you're doing a good job. We have 2 little socks here, so I feel like that's like a pair. Make lemonade and be happy. You have a rhino. All right, another season for you guys here, or month, March. We have another kitty. This is a unicorn cat, so that could be important. Some plants. So for me, this is about like things blooming and growing, but also maybe plants, are something that you want to work with, or you have a little garden that you've been wanting to start, and this is just like, yeah, start that garden. Chip, chip, hooray. So you guys will definitely have things to celebrate. Maybe you'll have a little fiesta. Thank you. So you're going to be very grateful. You might meet someone who makes you, that you're very grateful for. You know, again, we talked about people helping you. So that could be something. You are loved. So Spirit just wants to remind you that you are very loved and cherished. These are little, I believe they're little, like for a streamer, you know, like, so again, like celebration, party. You could even take it as little sewing squares. So like if sewing is something that you do, it could be a nod to that. You have some chips and guac. So I think some of you maybe need a snack. And you know, this can also just be about, like, guac is kind of like a, you know, people say that avocado is really expensive. So to me, this could also be like, you know, you're gonna get to dip your little chip into the pool of like expensive things, get to have delicious food. Mama, you got this. So again, for some of you, this is about, like, you know, maybe you're a single mom and you're trying to like get things going for you, and you know, they're letting you know, Spirit's letting you know that you got this, and you have so many things that are blossoming and blooming for you, which is really cute, really beautiful. Look at all those lovely stickers.
Yes, and I didn't get any extra messages during this time. Um, but I think there's a lot of taco, like Mexican food references. So, you know, that could be a nod to you that you picked the right pile if like that's your heritage, or like that's like your favorite food or something. Not only that, but with New York, that could be like moving to New York, that could be visiting New York, that could just be like for some reason that's important. It doesn't even mean that you necessarily have to be in New York. But I think the point of most of this pile is that you're not going to know where things are going completely. And so just be open. Just try to keep yourself open and know that all of this good stuff that you want is coming to you, but you don't have to have the how or the when or the why. But they do have that one sticker for you that is going to give you a yes or no answer. So,
Yes, so let's flip that over. So whatever you asked, I'm gonna flip it over now, and here is your answer. You got a yes. So whatever you asked, that is the answer. It is a yes. Hopefully that is an answer that makes you feel good and happy. All right. So we're gonna get 2 songs here. Every group gets 2 songs, and they are different songs. But the other oracles, we did put them back each time just because there's only, you know, we want to make sure everyone's getting the accurate blessings, and we only wrote out 1 for each type of blessing. So you can definitely check out other piles if you feel drawn.
also, Highway to Hell just popped into my head. So if that's like a power song for you, especially since it's Halloween, like, but if that's like a power song for you, go for it.
Well, as you said that, my brain went to Highway to Heaven by NCT. So maybe you can listen to both and you will like both songs. Okay, we'll take that one. And then one more, please, Spirit. Just one more. Okay, there we go. So those are 2. All right, so let's see your songs here. You got Obsession by Alexa. This is a great, speaking of power anthem songs, that is a great power anthem song. Also, First by Everglow is popping into my head, and in that song, specifically the lyric, you know that I come first. So putting yourself first is really important. Oh, wrong way. All right, Dear Happy by Gabrielle Aplin. So give both of those songs a good listen. All right, so let's see what you are getting. What are you harvesting? And who you get 3 of these. So we will see. Sometimes the last 2 groups get extras if their spirit feels like it. So if 4 fall out, I will not say no, but we'll just try to keep it to the 3 like everyone else. Okay, there's 1. Oh, they're sticking together a little bit. Please hold. Okay, there we go. Let's do it this way. Okay, there's 2. All right.
I know that some people are gonna be like, really? But the song The Climb by Miley Cyrus just popped into my head. I don't know. Whatever, I was a lot younger when that song came out. Maybe that's just a comforting song for you, but that song came out.
All right. Passions and hobbies: typewriter, roses, boba, panda, Eric Nam, cosplay, boxing, cooking, and candles. So those are all things for you. So you're going to be getting a harvest of passions and hobbies that will be going really well for you. Financial gain: doves, 1111, rainbows, and tigers. Nice. You're the first group to get this one and this one. Those are completely new. And soul family / new community. This is also new. None of the other groups got these ones. Encanto, Sagittarius season, dice, Van Gogh, tamales. Again, more of the Mexican food. Red, elephants, Max or Maxine, and new pets. Okay, so those are amazing. And that is all that we have for you here, group 3. So we hope you enjoyed your reading and that it was super helpful and that it gave you some good insight about what is coming up for you. Yeah, and have a happy Halloween. Please stay safe, like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you can or you want to. And yeah, we will catch you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Hi, group 4. So if you picked this, you picked the one with the cute little doggy and the bunny and the moon. And this is your pile topper here. So we're going to set that over there. And then you have your little treats bag here, and we're going to put that over here to the side. We will get to it in a bit. Okay. So first thing I want to say is that as we do this reading, Bekah is here to do channeled messages, but as well as make sure you always are using your intuition. This first part here with the first set of tarot cards is going to be like a vibe check. Just kind of see if this feels like the right pile for you, like where you've been, what you've been going through. And then, continue on. You are always welcome to choose more than one pile. But again, please make sure you are always using your intuition as you know what is best for you more than anyone else. Ooh, you guys have been got some like chaos energy because those cards were just kind of flying. Maybe kind of a lot's been going on for you. Ooh. Right, so let's get, and the cards are stuck. So maybe also you guys have been feeling stuck, and that could be part of the chaos, is that like you're wanting things to move and change and grow and find things out, and you're not able to right now, and that is frustrating. All right, so we have here the 10 of needles. So this is the 10, no, I'm sorry, the 9 of, wait, is this the 9 or the 10, Bekah? It's the 1 and the X. That's the 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry. So the 9 of swords. You guys are stressed. You're worried about something. You're overthinking. You're anxious. Oh, 2 cards here. We have the 8 of needles, 8 of swords. We have the 10 of wands. I'm sorry, the 9 of wands. Okay, we got 2 more cards here. The queen, oh no, this is 3. Okay, so I'm gonna put these ones back. But the Queen of Potions could be important for you. Maybe that could be a helper or someone in your life that you need to lean on. That would be like the Queen of Cups, or you could be the Queen of Potions. So again, that could be confirmation for you that this is your pile. That was a little bit too many cards, so we'll try again. All right, there we go. That's better. Then we have the Ace of Candles and the Tower. Okay. I'm gonna move these up just a little bit. So for you guys, what I'm feeling is that there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of worrying over things that are not true. The Eight of Swords is always usually a person that is blindfolded and tied up, but they're not actually really tied up. It's like they're keeping themselves there. So they are afraid. There's a lot of anxiety around things, like maybe they're worrying or overthinking a lot. The Nine of Wands, this is like that. This is a defensiveness. This is like when you're standing guard, you feel like you have to dig your heels in. You don't feel safe. You feel very overwhelmed. So it feels like for a while, this has been a battle for you guys. Like this is a battle card. You have been battling for something, whether that is, opportunities, whether that can be, vitality, that is just, there's something, better career, for love, for something. There's just something that you've been overthinking, that a lot's been going on. Just like there's so much, like I said, it's chaos energy. It feels like there's been a lot of chaos for you, like recently. But what I can tell you is with the Ace of Candles, is that there is a spark coming in. And more than that, with the Tower here, I really like this Tower card because of the way that it makes me feel. This is not like the Tower that you normally see where people are falling out of it and it's like, mass destruction. This almost feels like this is a tower that's needed to, like, it's coming down like in a very gentle way. So this is not like, these are radical changes, yes, but they're not going to be so like shattering that like it doesn't feel like you're going to be in a lot of pain or torture, but it is big change.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I think usually, with the tower, since it came out right next to an ace, that just kind of tells me that it's almost like you get this like hit of passion or this hit of like desire. And basically what happens is it just changes the name of the game. Like it literally just changes everything. But I think in the interim, there's this part of when you learn how like the universe kind of works, like sometimes it can feel like you're in a place of stuck and you're kind of like oh well, I feel like I'm kind of waiting in this space and like I don't know what to do because I just feel like I'm constantly waiting. And I think there's this need to really dive into like, okay, well, we might as well make the most of this waiting game, right? So if we feel like we're stuck, the best way to get unstuck is to, one, let yourself be stuck, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but let yourself be stuck. And then in the interim, do things that feel good, even if they don't make sense. So, like, you might be in the situation and you finally are like, you know what? I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to drop all of these, swords, and I'm going to let like things just happen. And then I'm going to try all these things. I'm going to do this thing that I want to do, even if it doesn't have anything to do with like my job or my stability or anything like that. And I think that in one of those moments, if you let yourself get lost in the things that light you up and the passions and the playfulness and the drive, like that's going to help you not feel like things are so restricted. Which I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get into like your channeled messages, because there is some talk about restriction in there. But with the tower, this is great, especially with the moon, because it's your emotions, right? And so this is just saying like you're gonna be able to use the inspiration and the passion and the playfulness that you have to get unstuck very quickly if you allow yourself to.
Mm-hmm. And I think you guys are going to be, like Bekah said, kind of overcoming these restrictions and these things that have been holding you back, and you're going to feel a lot more free. So these cards here, these are going to represent kind of like where you're going. So you have here the Six of Swords, which is great. That is the Swords card. I think this is the Swords card that I'm usually the happiest to see in a reading, in a spread. Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. Love to see it. And then we have the Two of Cups. So big change. Like we said, this tower moment, it's like you're getting reinvigorated. You can see these flames are kind of like burning out. And then here, this is like reinvigorated. So it's like after all this struggle and hardship, you're being like reborn anew, and that's bringing upon the change. Like I said, there's a spark, so you're moving out of these tougher waters, like out of this sword energy. This card is usually depicted by like a mom and child, so for me this is like you and your inner child, or if you do have children, this could be you and your children moving out of these tougher, wavier, rockier waters and into calmer waters. The Seven of Pentacles, this is like where you are planting your seeds. So you have, probably already been doing that, or you will start doing that. And that's going to bring you, look, a financial opportunity of some kind, some type of stability opportunity that's going to be really great for you. And it's going to change your fate. It's going to change your luck. And this could end in you being, this can be about the balance of the masculine and feminine as well. So this could lead to you feeling balanced and fulfilled and whole in yourself. But for some of you, this could also be leading to your partner. You could be meeting that person through this work opportunity that you're getting. Like, this is definitely somehow career related. Then it changes your fate and it relates into that romance potentially, or again, just that ultimate balance of fulfillment.
Yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune, that's all about divine timing, which I know everybody hates to hear that, especially if you've been feeling stuck. And the Seven of Pentacles is waiting for your seeds to bloom, basically. So waiting for all those things that you've planted to kind of pop out of the ground and become that Ace of Pentacles, because you want that opportunity. And for me, this is saying like, hey, we're going to move away from the stuck feeling, and we're moving into this energy of honoring the fact that you've already planted the seeds, that there's nothing that you have to do, and that's going to bring you the success in the divine timing that it's meant to, moving you forward into this place of balance and partnership and fulfillment, because this is all about emotional fulfillment when you have that Two of Cups card. And so it's very much like an energy of, hey, we're not going to be feeling stuck anymore. We're going to be flipping our perspective a little bit on this so that we can move that wheel forward.
Yes, I agree 100%. So like, if you've been spending this last bit of time, however long this is, year, months, feeling like you're at the bottom of the wheel, Spirit wants you to know that like you're coming on up. I have that oldie song that I'm coming up, I want the world to know. So that could be an important song for you. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I dropped a card. All right. So I'm going to be taking these away, and we'll be getting into your oracles. I think while I shuffle those out, I don't know if Bekah had any channeled messages for you guys.
Yep. So I actually have channel messages. I do them after the tarot for every group. So I have some for you guys now. I have for group 4, we have the 2 a.m. Just Breathe song by Anna Nolik. Nail file, applause, curtains, Broadway, blinking, like your someone's eyes blinking. Curtains, I already said that, so hold on. Knitted blanket,
Broadway times 2.
Central America, puzzle games, like puzzle video games, like old games like Nancy Drew, or like seek and find games, like that kind of stuff. The Wheel by John Mayer, which is funny because I wrote that down before the Wheel of Fortune came out. Sour cream dip, mermaid tails, funnels, trickle, squeezing or wringing of hands, which this kind of shows me that, like, again, that restriction feeling. Lemons also came out. Magic School Bus, Saturday morning cartoons, Popcorn, Pisces, Fantasy, Fantasia by Monsta X, the band cake, not the food, but the band cake, and then nursery rhymes. Now, I want to talk a little bit about restriction because of the fact that it's coming out a lot for this group. Like, there's this sense of, because things feel so stuck, there's like this sense of like squeezing. And I feel like for some of you, this is going to be about letting loose a little bit and not squeezing so hard. So like, don't expect a lot of things from yourself, or like, don't put so much pressure on yourself that you're literally squeezing yourself to try to get out of feeling stuck, because that's not going to help you. That's just going to make you feel miserable. And so basically Spirit's like, okay, we need to like breathe and kind of lighten the air. Like, try to do things that make you feel lighter. Go out into nature, do exercises, do things that help you kind of let go a little bit, because it's like a feeling of like, you feel so stuck that you feel like you have to like squeeze everything that you can out of yourself right now in order to get out of the situation. And Spirit is saying, no, we've told you that it's timing, It's about these things are coming. You have to just trust like that's going to happen. And that's way easier said than done. But they're saying like, don't make it harder on yourself by trying to like pressure and push yourself. Like, I know that we talk about how diamonds are made from pressure, but like you're a human being and you have, too much pressure is not a good thing. There's a healthy amount of pressure and stress. And then there's an amount that can literally make you feel like you're suffocating. And so they're saying like lighten up a little bit, let go of the reins and know that like things are going to get better. It's not going to be this way forever. And the more that you kind of let things just go naturally and just kind of try to do things to relax and to follow the things that feel good for you in the moment, the easier it's going to be to move into this next phase that you're already going into.
There you go, Bekah.
Yeah, you really need to relax.
Also, too much pressure turns a diamond into dust.
Yeah, I mean, you even got lavender. So,
Yeah. Also, your bottom of the deck here is fulfillment. So the fulfillment will come when you relax. I also took the bottom of your deck for this one because Spirit asked me to flip the deck over and it just felt really important. So this is Rue. This is protection. So you are definitely protected. And then you have Lavender, which is Weaver. This card is so pretty. You also have Harmony, South Node's Life Debts, and then you have Relaxation. So I'm gonna actually.
yeah, I'm going to talk about those plant cards in a minute. If Megan, God, sorry. If Lena wants to go through her cards.
Megan is her other best friend.
Yeah, I don't know why that came out, unless your name is Megan when you're watching this.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Anyway, this is me not Megan. I will be going through these with you guys real quick. So obviously I touched on these really briefly, but I will let Bekah kind of get to the brunt of them there. With harmony, again, this is about I think this is about creating harmony within yourself, letting yourself be free. To me, this girl here, she's mixing something. So this could be like mixing her ideas. This could be cooking. This could be baking. Like if you enjoy doing those things, this could be mixing arts and crafts, mixing paints. Like this is just like letting yourself kind of play, have harmony. Again, it's that relaxation. You are working with your South Node here. This is like your life debts. So I think you're transitioning like old karma. And that old karma is coming to bring you new karma. But it's been really hard to transition this old karma for you. And it's really taken a lot out of you. And Spirit just wants you to know that like it is not going to be this way forever, but you have to relax into this change. You just have to. You cannot try to force it. You cannot try to make yourself feel better. You cannot try to make things move faster than they're meant to move. You just have to go day by day. So if you get up that morning and you do all your responsibilities that you need to do to survive, and then you feel like taking a nap, then take a nap. But if you have energy and you feel like playing arts and crafts or watching a funny movie or do those things. Enjoy that stuff because that's going to bring you the energy and the fulfillment and the passion that you want a lot more than stressing yourself out and telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not doing what you need to do, that you're slow, that you're behind. Like none of that is going to be helpful. Again, ease up on the restriction.
Yeah, I'm actually I didn't do this for any of the other groups, so don't tell them, but I'm going to read from the book for both of those plant cards because I feel like those messages are they speak in and of themselves. So we're going to start with the Rue, which is the one that was at the bottom of the deck. This one also has to do with restoration of vitality. So for anyone that's been struggling with like their health, this could be a good omen for you. It has to do with the sun and Pluto. But it said, it is said to be the herb of angels, granting us the ability to channel the angelic realms. It emanates golden energy like a lion, powerfully protecting and pouring in light into any space that it inhabits. Resilient like the wide array of solar herbs, it grows generously and abundantly, thriving in all kinds of terrain, demonstrating its strong life force and vitality. Rue has landed in your cards today to remind you to protect your aura from lurking and possessive spirits that might be consuming your energy. Don't allow parasitic negativity to darken your field, which can create perpetual states of self-criticism, self-doubt, or self-hatred. Call upon Rue's power to shield your body with angelic forces and restore radiance, vitality, and love in your atmosphere. Now, again, I think a lot of that is listen to how you're talking to yourself. Observe how you treat yourself when you feel restricted. And know that, you don't have to be that way to yourself, basically. Like, shine a light instead of being restricting. And then lavender is much like the medicine of a spider, a master communicator that organizes refines and systematizes many elements in life. Lavender's medicine provides us the power of discipline and focused energy, key elements to enable aligned manifestation. Spider is here today to remind you that when you're not communicating from a higher alignment, we quickly become entangled, overcritical, and even block the flow of creativity and healing communication. Connect to the energy of the connect to the energy of the spiral to journey deep into your shadows and allow this organizing system to facilitate higher alignments to your foundation when needed. Use the gifts of communication, such as music, poetry, art, and dance, to nurture creativity as you weave your life. We talked about creativity. We talked about relaxing. We talked about not being overly critical. So be nice to yourself and relax, because those are going to be the two things that help you kind of breathe and get through the moments that are really hard. And I think that one thing that you need to do is observe how far you've already come. Because I think for a lot of people in this group, like, you've been dealing with something for a while and it's actually been getting better over time, but sometimes things go back and forth, kind of like a pirate ship or like a wave, right? Like, they're not always going to stay where they're at. And so some days you might feel really great and some days you might not. And that's okay. That's part of the process. Part of the process of getting better, getting more relaxed, getting through creative blocks, things like that. Like, you're going to have ups and downs, and that's just part of being alive. And so make sure that when you're in those down states, that you're really taking care of yourself and really, taking breaks when you need it, and making sure that you're listening to your body and not being overly critical to your body about it too. So, like, if you are dealing with like health stuff, don't beat yourself up if you can't do something one day, because who knows, the next day you might be like, I have all the energy in the world today. And so it's really important to very much nurture yourself, be very kind to yourself through any process, and to kind of let things flow in and out instead of restricting them to like a trickle, basically.
I definitely agree with that. 100%. All right, so I'm gonna put these cards back now. Remember, these are rue and lavender, and rewind those messages as much as you need to, because they seemed really, really important. All right, so I'm gonna flip these over here. These are your tea leaf cards, give you a little bit more information. We have woman, dealings or relationships with a woman. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Creative, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. And then we have ear, good news. Yay, we love that. Okay, so this is the only card, obviously, that's a little bit worrying. But again, I feel like this is, again, in your head. This is what is in your mind. So you could meet someone or work with someone who, again, this could be romantic, but, if you are not interested in women in that way, then of course it's not. Just, it can be very platonic. This feels very platonic, to be honest. It feels like there's going to be a woman or a sisterhood or something like that in your life that is going to be really helpful for you, and you're going to develop a lot of spiritual wisdom and enlightenment. You're going to have a good news and conception or an enterprise that is going to be amazing for you, which is awesome. All right, so months of the year, we have March, February, nice, July, December, and success. So look at that. Good news, right? Success right under it. So look, you can't get much better than that. That's, all good news, especially if you are dealing with things like with your health and your body. Like, it can be really hard. So, make sure that you are taking care of yourself and knowing that like the good news and the success is coming to you, but you just have to be patient. It's hard. It's, it's a process. It's not easy. All right, let's move into your treats bag here. Let's see what you got. Okay. Some stickers. So first we have Mulan. So if you like Mulan, that could be important for you. We also have beautiful. So you have a bee. We have a but first tacos. We have exciting news. So look at that. You got good news and exciting news. So that's very good. We have April. Christmas Eve. So you did have December. So Christmas Eve could be particularly exciting for you. We have a little hug here. Count the memories, not the calories. Okay, so yeah, for some of you, this does have to do with health and maybe not being so restrictive with how you eat, maybe, and adapting like intuitive eating. I know that's something that Bekah and I are both really passionate about, like the idea of intuitive eating and how that helps. I highly recommend you check out the book or look online. Ooh, pack your bags so you could be traveling. A little bacon and egg. So again, some more about food. Every love story is beautiful, but ours is my favorite. So for some of you, you could be finding love through all of this. There's another little couple here. We have you are stronger than your fears. Yes, that's a very important message for this group. We have the high priestess here. Wednesday. So there was something about Wednesday in the last group. So if you felt drawn, we check that out. I believe Bekah will know for sure, but I think this is a meerkat.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a meat rat. We have here, this is thank you. So always remember to showing your gratitude and, be thankful to your body, to your just every single day. We all take our bodies for granted. Whether you are having health issues or not, we all take our bodies for granted. So here's a couple. They're being very sweet. And so I feel like this is spirit letting you know that your chapter is not over. There is an and to the end of this. This is not the end for you. Important. So yeah, you have some important stuff coming up. Okay, Karma by Taylor Swift, then her new song, will not get out of my head. So that song is really important for you guys. Look, as I flip over the music one. So if you haven't heard that song, please go listen to it. Yeah, this is definitely you guys within your panic and your anxiety. Okay, we have some little couple sticker here. Oh, look at the little pandas, give them little smoochies. We have a pineapple, so maybe you need to eat some pineapple. Pineapple is delicious. It's great for you. Have some. It's actually good to help with digestion as well. Okay, some more. So there's definitely some friends, community type vibes here. Love. So I think this is about self-love. A lot of this is about self-love. This is your inner child, taking care of them. And then, ooh, I didn't know that this had a yes on it, but if you asked a question at all, in the last group, the answer is yes. So there you go. Sorry. If I had known, then I would have done what I did in the last group and flipped it over until the end and then had you get your answer. But there you go. So those are your stickers. We will get into our last little bit here. We have 2 songs. These are the last 2 songs. Every group got different songs, and then we will see what your harvests are with our last oracle.
There's that song that Heejin did that's like, oh my god, yes. What is that song?
It's her solo song. What is that song called?
Heejin from Luna. She has a solo song where she says yes, and that one keeps popping into my head. So
yeah, it's I think it starts with an I, but it's something like that. It's a great song. Check it out. It's very cute. Not Shy by Itzy. Itzy. Oh, actually, Bekah, you're gonna laugh because I just remembered what this last song is. Really. Now it's not the song that she just channeled, but it is Luna. Why Not by Luna. I was earlier, I was oh, I wonder what songs are left. And I just remembered as I opened Itzy. I was So these are some good power anthem songs for you. Why not? And Not Shy.
Yeah, which you might need some power anthems to help you kind of relax or like let loose. Dancing could be really helpful for you to kind of shake some energy up if you're starting to feel like restricted or you're starting to feel anxious. You can get some of that anxious energy out by movement.
Yes, for sure. All right. Let's get you guys some messages here, your final messages.
Also, with movement, don't try it's hard to do this, but like just move what like in the ways that feel good for the amount of time that feel like don't restrict yourself with that either. Like don't be like, "Oh, they said movement, so now I have to do 30 minutes of dancing today." And it's like, "No, if it feels good to you, just put on a song and dance to it. You can keep going if you want to, or you could just stop in the middle of that song if it doesn't feel good. Like you have to let yourself just be free and just exist, basically.
Whoa, that's a lot. No. Yoga and meditation, EFT tapping, breath work would all be really good to help with relaxation for this group. All right, I'll take those two.
And again, don't restrict yourself by being like, I have to do 20 minutes of yoga or I have to do this many reps of this in order to stop. And it's like, no, just do what feels good.
Yeah, it can be 5 minutes, literally. I've heard so many yoga teachers say that 5 minutes of yoga every single day is so much better for you than doing like 1 30-minute yoga session a week. So take that and run with it. Like it truly, every yoga teacher that I've ever had has said that. So, and I guarantee you it's the same with meditation. Five or 1 minute of meditation a day is going to be so much better than you forcing yourself to do 20 minutes like once a month.
Right. But also, if you can't do it every day, that's also okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, know that it's okay to not be able to do those things every day, but also know that if you do really want to do them every day and they feel good, you don't have to make them these long, drawn out things. They can be short little things that make you feel good. Passions and hobbies, typewriters, roses, boba, I love boba, panda, Eric Nam, cosplay, boxing, cooking, and candles. Okay, so those are some things that you're going to be harvesting, which is exciting. We had a lot about creativity in this group, so. Moving, okay, 444, sandcastles, coastal living, pinwheels, gingerbread, origami, sewing machine, peaches, koala, and the Beatles. Let's get you one more. Travel, San Francisco, El Paso, Sweden, London, USA, Canada, Red Sparrow, and mistletoe.
Ooh, lots of like Sagittarian energy in this group.
A lot. And I think that just regardless, whatever you're going through, like everything is on its way up. So if you didn't see the thing that you were really hoping to see, just know that regardless, everything is kind of on its way up. Like we covered a broad range of topics here. Like this group has so much that's coming up for you guys. Like these are coming up rosy for sure. All right, group 4, that is what we have for you. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. We will see you next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay healthy and take care of yourself. Bye.
Bye, guys.